Hello, this is Kyle under Christian Idealism, and I just want to give you guys a little update about my comprehensive defense of theism. So I have changed my mind. So I have decided to not post my comprehensive defense of theism on my blog because I actually plan to turn it into a book. I realized this is not exactly what people wanted because they want to see what I have to say in response to the problem of evil, because I do have more updated thoughts on the subject, especially in regards to theodicy more generally. But I decided to not write that out in a blog or even to post it on academia or any of that, because I feel like what I have is actually a book-length project. This is good and bad. So it's bad because you guys are gonna have to wait a little bit longer. I'm not gonna be able to get, obviously, the book published within this month, but it's good because it allows me to flesh out my thoughts more, and I can give you guys a more final product. And I can also, revise what I've already written on the subject before to make sure that it fits within the overall story, I guess you used to say, that I'm going to be telling. And what I'm going to also say is that what I've realized is that what I have now is not merely just a defense of theism. So it's not merely just, trying to answer the problem of evil. It actually, I would argue, is a case for theism. So it's a positive case for theism rather than merely just trying to defend theism against objections. And so because of this, my case for theism, I should say, is going to be structurally different than other cases for theism that you might find out there, right? And I'll explain as well what that's going to look like, in the book. But I realized, because I have this, at least the rough draft finished, I've realized that actually this is a very unique case for theism that I've developed. And now I just need to make sure that I go back and, edit certain things, revise some of the arguments that I make. I'm also going to be including a lot of footnotes in the final product as well, because there are other objections that, any objections to any specific things I'm going to be outlining there. And also just references as well. So, to give you a quick opinion on certain thing. But the point is, what I have now is basically a rough draft for the book. So it's basically, I have a rough draft for my entire book. Now, as I said in the community post, right now the book is 122 pages, but that is, so 122 pages of the font size is 11, and there's also a lot of, whatever the structure, whatever the hard copy of the book is going to be, is obviously going to have a structure that allows it to probably have up to 200 pages, especially once I include all the footnotes and stuff. I'm also going to include a glossary as well, so that, because there are certain terms in my theodicy that is very specific just to my theodicy, and nobody else can use those terms. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to include a glossary so that people can look and see what are the definitions of certain terms. But then more importantly, I can also present a very unique case for theism that doesn't exist anywhere else. So, sorry, but yeah. Anyways, I'm not going to tell you what the structure of my case for theism is going to look like, but I will say it is a very unique structure that, as far as I'm aware, nobody else has ever done. So that's the good thing about the case of theism that I have created, which is it's a very unique case. At least the structure of how I argue for theism is going to be very different than what other theists have presented, which is good because it allows for a new path forward in terms of building, case for theism or whatever. Anyways, that's all I have to say, and I hope this provides a very nice, comprehensive, or at least a very brief update on where I'm at right now. So with that in mind, just wait, guys. It will come out. I'm assuming it should be out hopefully by this year. So 2024, I'm crossing my fingers. But we'll see. Anyways, that's all I have to say.